From WTNZ Knoxville, 10 News at 10 on Foxville 43 starts now.
The death of a Gatlinburg native and his wife in the Brussels attacks touching the hearts of a nation.
We pray for their families and loved ones.
A look at what global security experts here at home are doing to prevent a radioactive attack.
It's not something we should be going around saying the sky's fallen and change our life patterns, but we need to be aware of the threat.
A movie theater turned church celebrates a milestone on Easter.
Now, 12 months ago, we thought, man, this theater, this is going to last us for years, and it's going to give us so much room to grow.
And the Lady Vols run in the NCAA tournament comes to an end in the Elite Eight.
Once you turned your back, they would come in.
And East Tennessee welcomes home the LMU Rail Splitters after a record-setting season. 10 News at 10 on Fox 43 starts now.
Good evening and thanks for watching. I'm Kendall Morris. We're following breaking news out of North Knoxville tonight. Officers responded to the scene on Fair Drive just after 8:30 this evening. Earlier, police declared the area unsafe as they investigate, but police now say the scene is safe for residents. 10 News reporter Rashad Hardnett is live at the scene with the latest details. Rashad.
Kendall, when we first got here, there was a pretty large police presence. Most of that has dissipated at this point. You can see behind me, there is still a number of police cars here, Knoxville police on scene, and they do have the area blocked off for about a block or so. We are told one person has been shot. He has been taken to UT Medical Center, and the suspect in custody at this point. Now, we are told this whole thing started after a dispute over an online sale. The details, we really still don't know. Here's what we heard from police.
The buyer comes here to confront the other party. They get in a verbal argument, which escalates to the exchange of gunfire. One person was taken to the hospital, and one other person was apprehended nearby, one suspect who we believe the shooter is.
And we're told a stray bullet did hit a house across the street, but no one was injured there. We still don't know the status of that victim who's been transported to the hospital. And of course, this investigation is still ongoing. We'll be sure to give you all the details as they become available on social and on WBIR.com. Kendall?
Rashad Hardnett on the story. Thanks, Rashad. Well, a Gatlinburg native and his wife are among those who died in the Brussels terror attacks last week. Justin and Stephanie Schultz had just dropped Stephanie's mother at the airport when the bombs went off. Today, we are learning more about this couple who moved to the capital of Belgium in 2014.
Justin and Stephanie Schultz traveled the world after marrying in 2011. Stephanie's job with Mars Incorporated took the couple to Belgium in 2014, with Justin's company creating a position for him in Europe as well. The couple had plans to adventure across the continent. But those plans were cut short when two homemade bombs exploded at the Brussels airport, taking both of their lives. Justin's uncle reacting to the news in a phone interview with our partners at the Tennessean, saying it's just something we're having to deal with and try to make peace with. That's not really an easy thing. I'm sort of at a loss. U.S. Senator Bob Corker expressed his condolences in a statement, saying we are heartbroken by the tragic loss of Justin and Stephanie Schultz in the terror attacks in Brussels. To their family members and to all who love them, we offer our prayers and deepest sympathies as we mourn their passing. President Obama also remembered the lives of the Schultz in his weekly address.
Yesterday, we learned that at least 2 Americans were killed. We pray for their families and loved ones.
President Obama called the parents of Justin and Stephanie Schultz this afternoon to express his condolences. White House officials say the president affirmed the couple, saying they epitomized all that is good about America, and their tragic death touched the hearts of us all. A Taliban splinter group is claiming responsibility for an apparent suicide bombing attack in Pakistan. At least 65 people were killed, mostly women and children. The toll of wounded, more than 300. The park was crowded with Christians celebrating Easter. The group says it was targeting Christians. Islamist militants in Pakistan have attacked Christians and other religious minorities often over the past decade.
It's not something we should be going around saying the sky's fallen and change our life patterns, but we need to be aware of the threats.
After terror struck in Brussels, global security experts are warning about the growing interest in dirty bombs. Coming up on WBIR at 11, what they're doing to prevent radioactive attacks here at home. 3 fast food restaurants were robbed today in West Knoxville, and now police are searching for the people or person responsible. The first crime took place at the Subway Western Avenue location around 2:40 this afternoon. Police say an employee was preparing the suspect's sandwich when he jumped over the counter and forced the worker to open the register. Then the robber took off from the store with $200. About 2 hours later, police arrived at the second robbery at the Merchants Drive location. Then just before 6 o'clock, officers responded to a third robbery on Sutherland Avenue. In each case, the suspect entered the store and walked around the counter. He then demanded money from the register and then ran away with the cash. The suspect in all 3 robberies is described as a black male with short black hair around 30 years old. He wore a white or black shirt, blue jeans, and dark shoes. The suspect in 2 of the robberies is described as having multiple tattoos on both arms and a circle-shaped tattoo on his neck. If you have any information, please contact the Knoxville Police. Turning to sports, the Lady Vols were 40 minutes away from a spot in the Final Four for the first time since 2008. 10 Sports reporter Courtney Lyle was there as Tennessee tried to beat Syracuse for a second time this season.
The Lady Vols came into their Elite Eight matchup with Syracuse battered and bruised. Both Bashara Graves and Andrea Carter had broken fingers. Jordan Reynolds was out with a concussion. Part of the reason Tennessee had 21 turnovers.
We've handled, for the most part, pressure in the past, but Taya had 5, Diamond had 5, you just go down the list. And I think it goes back to what we just said. We didn't have anybody to kind of calm us down. So we try to dribble through it, and then we would get turnovers, and they made us play fast and turned it over.
They were really holding the middle, and that's what we were going to. They had great pressure on the ball. Like, once you turned your back, they were coming and pass it. They were going to the next person, and they played hard.
You know, when they shoot the ball the way they are, and their ability to move their zone around the way they can, I mean, they're well deserving of being where they're going to the Final Four.
Bashara Graves and Nia Moore have played their final game as a Lady Vol. Tennessee falls in the Elite Eight to Syracuse 89-67. The Lady Vols finished the season 22-14. From Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Courtney Lyle, WBIR 10 Sports.
Well, it's been an emotional weekend for the LMU basketball team. Dozens gathered today to welcome home the Rail Splitters after yesterday's loss to the Vikings. The team made history by making it to the championship game for the first time in school history. The team has their heads held high after a remarkable season.
What it does do, I think, is give us confidence moving forward that, you know, LMU is a place you can win a national championship at.
Well, I feel like since we made it this far this year, I feel like next year is more motivation for us to work harder.
The Rail Splitters finished the season with an overall record of 34-3. LMU is inviting the public to come to their arena on Tuesday at 6:30 to honor the athletes for all of their hard work. In less than a year, a Campbell County church grew from a hotel conference room to taking over a movie theater. Now that church is looking to expand once again. Details on the future for the Harbor Church after the break.
And it's a fairly quiet evening for us in East Tennessee. That's going to change as we get into the overnight hours with more showers and isolated thunderstorms rolling through the area. Check out that severe weather just to the northwest of us. We're going to talk about those rain chances coming up in a little bit.